2007, the early days of YouTube. This was a time when YouTube prank videos were trending, and there were hundreds of prankster YouTubers who would do something unexpected to an unsuspecting stranger with the goal of getting a reaction out of them. They would film the whole thing and it would get them millions of views. But one prank video stood out from the rest. It had much bigger consequences. 13 February 2017. A prank video would be shot that day. A prank that would change the lives of all involved forever. The prank resulted in the loss of one life, and the resulting investigation spanned countries and would reveal something much sinister, leading to an international level scandal. I'm Anaamika. Welcome to my world of mystery and anonymity, to the world of those stories that lie in wait around us, leaving us with unanswered questions that echo relentlessly through our thoughts, as if in an unbreakable magnetic loop. Join me on this expedition as we peel back the layers of these enigmas, diving into the uncharted waters of our world's most perplexing stories. On the night of February 12, 2017, Siti Aisha, a young woman hailing from a modest background in the Indonesian jungle, celebrated her 25th birthday at Kuala Lumpur's Hard Rock Cafe. It was a milestone for Siti, an unexpected deviation from her humble beginnings. Raised in poverty, her parents struggled as farmers and couldn't afford to send her to school. The youngest of three siblings, Siti would eventually become a single mother, forced to seek work abroad to support her family. Malaysia's Flamingo Hotel became Siti's workplace as a masseuse. She really did not like this work, but it paid well enough and she needed the money badly enough that she decided to just keep on doing it. Sometimes Siti, like a lot of the other girls that she worked with at the hotel, would daydream about being discovered as a model or a singer or an actress and getting taken away from this life to a life of luxury and wealth and leisure. But Siti never really expected that to happen. However, it was at this hotel that her life took an unexpected turn. She encountered James, a Japanese television producer who made hidden camera prank videos. James extended a remarkable offer to Siti, the chance to transform her life through acting in prank videos. Though Siti had initial doubts, she cautiously accepted the proposal. Over the next few weeks, Siti's life underwent a massive transformation. Her days were filled with pranks. She was like a celebrity flying all over the country, filming all these prank videos, and James' bosses were super excited with her work. They kept messaging him and telling him how amazing she was and how every video she was doing was outperforming anything they hoped it could do. It was an astonishing ascent from obscurity to becoming a celebrity YouTuber. Her birthday party, lavishly arranged by her newfound friends in television production, marked the pinnacle of her newfound success. Siti's journey had taken her from a remote Indonesian jungle to an American-style restaurant, and her life now seemed like a dream. However, the biggest moment of her newfound career was yet to come in the form of an ambitious prank. After savoring a few more bites of her birthday cake, Siti glanced at her wristwatch and noticed that it was approaching 10 p.m. While this might have been considered early for her friend James and the others, Siti felt differently. The alcohol from the evening had taken its toll, making her increasingly wary. Politely, she informed James and her companions that it was time for her to depart, expressing her gratitude for the wonderful party they had thrown. She made her way back to her hotel. Upon reaching her hotel room, Siti wasted no time and immediately dialed her mother's number. Their bond was so strong and they often talked on the phone multiple times a day. On this particular night, Siti longed for her mother's voice and yearned for the presence of her son. Siti excitedly told her about the fantastic birthday party she had just experienced and eagerly shared her anticipation for the following day. Tomorrow held the promise of their grandest prank yet, one that would yield a substantial payout of $100. Reassuring her mother, Siti promised to send the entire sum back home. Filled with gratitude and excitement, Siti's mother wished her a good night's sleep and looked forward to the events of the coming day. After ending her call with her mother, Siti briefly talked with her son before ending the call. Siti settled into her bed, turned off the lights, and made an attempt to sleep. However, she could not. The excitement for the upcoming shoot had her wide awake. Over the past week, she and James had meticulously planned and rehearsed this particular prank. It was now within her grasp, ready to be executed in real life. Siti's previous pranks all had a familiar pattern, targeting unsuspecting older men in public places, employing simple yet effective tactics such as cheek kisses, perfume sprays, or chili oil reps, followed by a playful giggle and a swift departure. However, tomorrow's prank would include something new: collaboration with two fellow actors, a woman partnering with Siti in executing the prank, and an unsuspecting male actor. This time, it was imperative that the third actor was fully involved for the prank's success. Siti had already rehearsed with her female co-star, a Vietnamese actress named Duan Thi Huang, but the third actor remained a mystery, someone she would meet for the first time during the actual prank. With anticipation coursing through her, Siti eventually drifted into sleep. The morning of the prank arrived and they assembled at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, their stage for the elaborate performance. The target, an unassuming man, made his way to a self-check-in kiosk, unknowingly stepping into the heart of the prank. Siti and Duan discreetly closed in on the third actor. A nod between the two women served as their well-rehearsed signal. In an instant, Siti sprang forward right in front of the man. He glanced up, surprised, but before he could react, Duan swiftly closed in from behind, seizing his face and rubbing it with the damp cloth she held. Siti then sprayed a perfume onto the man's face. After the prank had played out, both women giggled and took off, offering their apologies. Then they headed off in separate directions. Siti, feeling quite conscious that she was likely still being filmed, took a moment to check her appearance, ensuring her clothes were perfect. Satisfied, she made her way to the airport restroom to wash the lingering perfume off her hands. Inside the bathroom, Siti couldn't shake the feeling that she was still on camera. She cautiously glanced at her reflection in the mirror, allowing herself a confident smile, confident that she had executed the plan flawlessly. After thoroughly washing her hands, she went to the other side of the airport, where she was supposed to meet Duan, James, and the other producers. To her surprise, there was no one there. Puzzled by the absence of her team members, Siti waited for a while. After about 15 minutes of waiting, she decided to send James a text inquiring about their whereabouts. She grew frustrated as her message went unanswered. Annoyed, Siti eventually called a taxi, hopped in, and instructed the driver to take her back to the hotel. The taxi ride took an unexpected turn as Siti, still feeling the effects of her previous night's drinking, began to feel nauseous. At one point, she had to request the driver to pull over so she could vomit. By the time she reached her hotel, Siti was feeling dreadful. She didn't even bother changing out her clothes. Instead, she collapsed onto her bed. Hours passed, and when Siti finally woke up, her hangover had gone, leaving her feeling refreshed. She reached for her phone, expecting messages from James or someone explaining their absence. Nothing. Her phone remained silent. She dialed James' number, but it was apparent that his phone was now turned off. Siti's mind raced with questions. Had the prank gone wrong? Was there something she had done to provoke this treatment? Would she still be paid for the prank which she had promised to send to her family? The uncertainty was painful. Seated on the edge of her hotel bed, Siti kept on calling and texting James but got no response. She lacked contact information of the other actors and producers, leaving her stranded and alone. She couldn't understand the reasons behind their actions. Even if the prank had failed in some way, all the time that she had shared with them over the past month, including the birthday party James had thrown for her, made their sudden disappearance all the more confusing. By the end of the day, Siti was heartbroken and embarrassed. She reached a decision. She was done with these people. The following day, Siti packed her belongings, checked out of the hotel, and headed to the airport with the intention of returning to her family. As she navigated through security, there was a commotion behind her. Intrigued, she turned to witness 6 heavily armed police officers rushing towards her. Instinctively, Siti tried to step aside to allow them to pass, but they were there for her. She managed to ask if this was yet another prank, but the officer's response shattered her. This was no prank. She was under arrest. As the shock subsided, Siti learned the grave reason behind her arrest. The outcome of her last prank had taken a dark turn. After the prank, the third actor had wandered disoriented to an airport receptionist complaining of dizziness. Concerned, the airport staff took him to a medical clinic within the airport. However, his condition rapidly deteriorated. He began experiencing severe pain and eventually suffered a seizure. Despite their best efforts, the man succumbed to his condition during the ambulance ride to the hospital. Siti and Duan did not know of this and accidentally missed each other after the prank. They continued to their respective hotels, still believing this was part of the prank. Meanwhile, James and the other producers were absent by design. As soon as they witnessed Siti and Duan executing the prank successfully, they hastily abandoned the scene, boarding planes to leave the country. In a shocking revelation, it was uncovered that they were not producers of a prank show, but secret operatives working for the North Korean government. Siti and Duan, both vulnerable and financially struggling, had been carefully recruited for a top secret mission which they had unwittingly believed to be part of a harmless prank show. The perfume given to Siti and the substance applied to Duan's hands were not harmless props but the components of a lethal poison called VX. The true objective of the mission was the assassination of Kim Jong-nam, the exiled brother of North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un. The third actor was, in fact, Kim Jong-nam, not an actor. Siti had unwittingly assisted in administering the deadly VX gas which caused Kim Jong-nam's death. The repercussions of their actions were monumental, implicating them in one of the most significant political assassinations of recent history. Initially charged with murder in Malaysia, Siti and Duan ultimately had their charges dropped when it became evident that they had been unwittingly drawn into this deadly plot. Surveillance footage from the airport clearly showed their careless handling of the deadly VX gas ingredients. Meanwhile, James and the other operatives have never been caught, and North Korea continues to deny any involvement in this assassination. The stories don't end here. Join me in this journey every Saturday at 9 p.m. to dive deep into the shadows, uncovering the tales that send shivers down your spine. If you're ready to embark on a journey into the unknown, hit that subscribe button and join our community of fellow mystery enthusiasts. Buckle up because it's about to get mysterious in here.